By doing this, my steering rack is going to be completely useless. So I'm going to go ahead and take the steering parts out up here. 2 screws and it should just come apart. So it's kind of dicey doing this, but I've looked around a couple of sites and a couple other message boards, and I'm not seeing the parts I ordered, number one, are still not here, and I'm not liking some of the reviews I'm seeing where people who are using them are still having issues. So by God, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and make our own steering modification. All I'm going to be using is a Dremel with the pencil tip, is what I like to call it, and just going to make these cuts. First off, I'm going to cut this bigger piece here, make some relief cuts so I can get in here and start making the proper cuts that I need to. It's going to take a little time, be a little noisy, and I think the end result, whenever this thing is all together, is going to be just fine. So let's get started. We're just going to radius it around this front end here, kind of dress up these edges, and start planning where we're going to mount this, mount all this stuff. Just a sanding drum. Try to match them up some. Stand to where I can see it. The biggest thing is take your time. It's fairly close. Fairly close. So I'll just dress up these edges. That's looking a lot better. A lot better. Guess that will have to scrape off. Now, nice, clean so far. See, the edges are kindly radius together. It's not perfect, but it'll work. Next, we're going to go back to the front end. And what I mean is the whole front end assembly, suspension assembly for the truck. First things first, we need to get rid of the steering arms. These little pieces here, need to get those out of the way. All right, now I didn't tell you guys, but I did add CVDs today. They finally came in, and so I've got those on. But what we're going to do, this is essentially how the skid plate and everything mounts to the bottom of the truck, as you can see. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the knuckles and flip them 180 degrees so the steering connections are not on the back side as they are here. Let's see if I can't really show you guys. It's kind of tough with this whole thing. This is how they are. So we're going to take this and move it to the front side, and should be fairly simple. Just swapping, taking these 4 screws loose. Do one side at a time. So we're going to take that one. There's that screwdriver acting like an asshole again. And then take this one. Thankfully these are just Phillips, since it is a Tamiya kit, or Tamiya, tomato. Alright, now just pull it completely out as such and just flip it 180 degrees, stick it right back in. By moving the servo to the front, you need to do this so you can have access to your steering knuckles with whatever you run. If you run captured balls, rod, whatever, what kind of steering you run. And this should make it a little easier to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this side out too. Again, 2 screws, simple. And let's go. Pull this one off. And then the one for the top side. Just pull it out enough to clear it. Move it around 180 degrees. Stick it right back in there. Put the 2 screws back in there as soon as I get it to sit in place for just a second. Now this is every bit trial and error. None of this is planned. I'm sick and tired of waiting on parts. And we do a lot of fabrication here at home and at work, and figure if we can do that, we might be able to figure something out as far as this goes too. So, all right, now all of that's back together and it's moved towards the front where it needs to be. So we're going to get the chassis back up here and put this back under so we can start getting measurements and placing things where they need to go. So with everything put back together temporarily, mind you, I haven't mounted the front body mount because there's no need to right now. We're going to have to take it on and off in order to find out the correct place to mount the servo. But everything is cut and relocated. The only thing I did have to do, and it's not going to be a permanent thing, is I had to take the shock mount and turn it 180 degrees and put it to where the shock actually ties into the back of the front arms. Now I'll have to do something. I'm not going to run these shocks obviously, so I'm going to have to do something else about as far as mount. But as far as clearance goes, I mean, you could actually run them like they are. Nothing's binding, and thing looks good. The only thing I do see is that I need to cut a little bit more out of the fenders here, because any bigger tire, they do get into that plastic. And that was what I was trying to do, is get a little bit more, but I didn't want to take so much. But there's plenty of material there left that I can actually radius it out some more. And I'm not going to do it tonight, but I will do it probably tomorrow evening. But I think with some playing around, there's some trimming on these knuckles and hubs that I can do in order to really get this steering to have a lot more of a turning radius. As it stands now, that's not terrible. Let me see if I can get it to straighten up with you guys. That's not terrible for this little bitty rig. A little bit more trimming and such, I think I can get a little bit more out of it. Almost damn near, I don't want to say 45 degrees, but get really close and get this thing to where it's going to perform a lot better and have be a lot more responsive on the trails. I don't have a complete or permanent solution for where I'm going to mount this. I've got some ideas in my head. God only knows what that's going to do, but I'm thinking somewhere in here with one rod going to either one side or the other, and then a radius or then a drag link from the one knuckle, one hub to the other, similar to like an SEX10 or one of the other crawlers that are out there. It's just a hypothetical at the moment, not really sure. Going to play around some more ideas and kind of make up my mind from there. But we're getting we're making some progress. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more responsive out here, and just all completely unplanned. I think we can do a lot more without having to order in a lot of parts, and so that's going to be the plan for a little while here. And God forbid if I get in here and I actually mess this thing up, they sell these chassis all day long, and I'll just order another one. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Just get rid of that CC-01 steering blues and make it perform a little better. I'm going to stop it here for tonight. Catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification button so whenever I throw more material up here, you'll be the first to know. And if you got any comments or whatever, throw them down in the comment section below. Any questions, tips, tricks, whatever. I love reading that stuff, and I try to respond to everybody. So, hey man, take good care. See you on the next one. Till then, later.